All right, drone video for the big tract, 15 acres at Bobcat Hollow. We're starting in kind of a funny spot. We're just barely on the property to the south, but in a moment we're going to veer to the north and check out the creeks that are on this actual property, this 15 acres. So this was a video we were taking of a separate property. Whoever was doing the drone video noticed the creeks and went and zoomed in on those, checked them out, because we didn't even know that they existed. We hadn't explored this property on foot, and still haven't really. But then as we were reviewing the footage, we realized that these creeks weren't on the property we thought. We checked the topo map. These little creeks you see on the left are actually on this property, on this 15 acres. And if you look at the listing page, we've kind of got them outlined. You can see right where they are. Really cool. There's a little creek or whatnot that comes in and meets up with another one. Probably not year-round creeks. We haven't really walked out there to investigate. This is the first time we've seen those. But I believe it had been raining a day or two before this video was taken, so that could explain why they're flowing like that. But they appear to come together right at about the southeast corner of the property. That's just really a cool bonus. I mean, even without the creeks, this is a fantastic property. You've got a lot of level area by the road. It's got a gently sloping ridge that goes down to the east, so it's the vast majority of the land is all usable. We're not aware of anything that we would call steep, and no bluffs or cliffs or anything. Those creek beds are really cool. Looks like some mature hardwood trees and some cedar down there, so that could be a really pretty spot for a campsite. Certainly is buildable. You can use it for hunting, you can use it for camping, you can use it for recreation. So as we look westerly, if you follow up that creek bed that goes straight up toward the top of the screen, that's about the south line of the property. We're looking west, so the property sits to the right side of that. And you can actually see kind of that large ridge area. Basically the right half of the screen right now is going to be the property. So keep in mind, this particular video was meant to be of a different property, so we're not centered on the property. I think in a second, so now we're back west. We're over a neighboring meadow. This property on the east borders some timber and then a meadow. I mean, one of the many reasons that it's great for deer hunting. Okay, now we've just switched over. Now this is the property, the drone video that was meant to be of this property. We're on the west side. You can see it's basically level. This is a wintertime video, so everything looks rough in the winter. This property was logged a couple years ago, so probably for another year or two, it's going to look a little rough in the winter. It takes 3-4 years for the limbs and branches and stuff to rot away that the loggers have left behind. The bonus is it opened up some views. It opened up some areas that didn't exist before as far as potential sites for a food plot or a campsite or a building site. And there are hundreds or thousands of trees remaining, some fairly large hardwood trees, and they're going to grow like absolute gangbusters because they don't have the competition anymore from those commercial hardwood trees that were kind of stealing all the resources, the sunlight and the nutrients and whatnot. So these remaining trees grow extremely quickly, and you'll see that on a property like this over the next few years. I mean, it just goes nuts. So flying easterly, on this portion of the property, it comes almost up to that meadow. I don't know if it comes directly up to that meadow, but it comes fairly close. The deer love to browse and graze in that meadow, and then they come into the woods for cover and to bed down and sleep. So that's one of the reasons you're going to have so many deer on this particular tract. So now as we look toward the sun, everything got dark, pretty standard. You kind of get to see this property at its worst as we're looking at this wintertime video, especially looking toward the sun, but extremely usable. This is a dead-end road. It ends just a little bit past the property, so you're very private, basically no through traffic. Bobcat Hollow is gorgeous. Just a lot of uses for this one. Investment, recreational. So here we got just a glimpse of that little creek bed. This drone video is probably the same day as the other video. We just had not realized that those little creeks were on the property, which is pretty cool. Off in the distance to the right, you can see the truck, which is parked on the private easement road. So yeah, I mean, you've got level areas, you've got sloped areas, you've got a great view off to the east, potential for a breathtaking view if you cleared out a few of the smaller trees. InstantAcres.com. Everything on our site is available with complete owner financing. If you're not already there, that's where you can go to see if this is available. And we hope to hear from you. That's InstantAcres.com.